Okay, okay. So I think okay. So somebody saying that he's not a technical person. So I'm being too technical. Sorry about that. So I'm coming down. All right. So what we are doing is that this is another virus that was infecting other machines in those years, and then we had a Terminator virus that will also take over your machine and start writing scary things on your computer. And this were not very much of a problem if we are comparing it to the problem we have today. So let's come to our today world. In today's world, we have a problem like what the young man is actually doing. Let's listen to the young man for a minute or two. Sorry, can you hear him?
No.
You can't hear him. Okay, so let me check my settings. A minute, sorry. Okay, so we can go on.
So you're here for one reason.
Can you hear now?
We can hear.
So you're here for one reason.
Yeah.
You can hear now. Okay, so. Okay.
So you're here for one reason. And that reason is because you need your business competitors, rivals, haters, or whatever the reason is, or who they are to go down. Well, you, my friend, you've came to the right place. If you want your business competitors to go down, well, they can. If you want your rivals to go offline, well, they will. Not only that, we are providing a short-term to long-term DDoS service or scheduled attack, starting $5 per hour for small personal websites to $10 to $50 per hour for huge DDoS protected websites.
Okay, so it's what the guy is basically saying is that I am MTN, somebody is Vodafone. So if Vodafone say I want to knock down MTN and make them suffer and take all their customers and stuff, it's technology. So this guy is saying that what you can do is that come to me and I will do that for you. And this is an advert on YouTube. This is an advert somebody is doing. So it's a cyber security person who says that you give me your competitor's name and pay me money, I will stop them for you. This is what we got into. So now you can have all the marketing strategy as a company, but somebody can knock you down by just hiring one of those guys to deal with you. That's number one. Number two is that, and what they will do is that they will use that I mentioned about botnet and stuff like that to actually deal with any company. They can stop any company, no matter how big you are, unless you are very strong IT professional that will help you. But it's very, very delicate. The second thing I want to talk about is that this is also another company in Finland. What they do is this: I took the screenshot their website, the landing page of their website. What they are saying is this: if a young person can write a virus and spread it to many Windows operating systems, then you sell the IP address of those machines to them. What they will do is that they will give you money. And viruses are not very difficult to write. You can easily write a virus. You can even go online and look for a virus that somebody has written and just buy it and come and use it. Now, once you can infect many computers with a virus, then you can sell the IP address of those machines. So some of you have computers in your house, but it's not yours. It's not yours. The owners of those computers are those who are in Finland or Canada or India, because they've been able to infect your machine with a virus, and then they sit in their homes and they can monitor whatever happens with your device. And I will come to the dangers, even with this thing, when we come to our children online. Now, so today we have something like this happening. So I see that there is a screen on your machine, a screen I'm showing you now, showing how people are attacking. And I can actually take you through what a website, a live website. Let me put a live website called Digital Attack Map. So when I go to this, maybe I go to Google, I type Digital Attack Map, something like this, and I go to this map. You realize that you will see in real time the attacks, the cyber attacks, ranging from countries to another country and from country to themselves. This actually website monitor in real time what exactly is happening. And give me a minute, it will load. And then I will show you something that in real time, what we call the DDoS attack, I talked about it in a minute, the attack on systems. Taking time. Okay, so I'll come back to it. Now, DDoS attack will be happening from India to Russia, and everybody can be sending attack from anywhere in the world because we are in the same global platform network. So let's look at a company I want us to learn a few things. These companies are big, and the reason why I use the word spy, whilst I can use the word monitor, is because I believe that there are things that cyber criminals are doing around the devices of your children, and they are not monitoring them, they are spying. The same way your big organization like Walmart and Shell and Amazon and Toyota, they have systems, and because they are aware of cyber attack, they employ people, we call them penetration testers. And I want us to learn something as parents, that your role in the home may not be that technical, but it's a moral role that you are actually playing. Now, pen testers are actually employed and paid by companies to actually do what we call attack the company's system, and then be able to determine how the system will withstand those attacks. So I am a company like maybe a Ghana Commercial Bank, I have systems. So I employ a pen tester, and that's the work we do here. So they will employ us. What we do is that we scan the whole architecture, and we look at the loopholes or the weaknesses of the system that a cyber criminal can take advantage of. Then we report to them that, look at this side, look at this place, watch here, because there are so many weaknesses on your system. And as you use systems, they become weaker, like your car. As you drive your car, it starts wearing out, and that's sent to a computer system. But if we are using computers and you're not actually looking at those things, then the cyber criminal will see the weakness and will exploit it. And I'm going to let us learn these lessons from both the technical and then the non-technical premise. The reason why we do penetration testing is we want to help ourselves gain understanding of how hackers operate, how the enemy is operating. And that's the reason why I want you to be conscious about monitoring your children, that you have to also know what the other people are doing in the space of your children. Because once your child goes online, he is not there alone. He's not in his bedroom. He's in a global platform. Everybody has access to him, fundamentally. Every human being, whether the person is mad, whether the person is a gay, whether the person is straight, whether the person believes in God, whether the person doesn't believe in God, any other human being, because the internet does not discriminate. The internet is not a moral platform. So any human being can be there. And everybody goes on that platform with their own intent. All right, what they want to do and all of that. Some of them want to go there to make money. Some of them want to go to have sex. Some of them want to go there to have pornography. Everybody go there with their vision, and all these human beings are having access as soon as your child get connected to their devices. How we can hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
That's great. Now, so the things we have talked about actually give the 21st century parent a bigger burden to carry. The burden is that the way you are raising your children cannot be the way you were raised, because the exposure you had is like 1% the exposure your children are having. They are exposed more. In our cybersecurity language, we call you, anybody who is above 40 years today, a cyber dinosaur. Okay, because for you, you were more than 20 years before the internet came, like Facebook came out 15 years ago. So when the Facebook came around, you were about 20 years old. And the people who came, the internet came to meet them when they were teenagers. We call them the digital immigrants. Immigrants means that they are also not in their own. They are actually strangers who have actually been brought into that world. But anybody who was born into the cyberspace, into the world that when social media was alive and running, they were born into that. We call them the digital world natives. And there is no way you can go to anywhere where you know the place more than a native. That's why children know the internet better than many parents, fundamentally. I have a friend who told me that he was having issue with the child, the son. So he took the phone from the son and put a password on it, like his own phone. The next morning when he was trying to open his phone, the password, he put the same password he put in there and it wasn't working. And the child was laughing because the child has been able to bypass the father's password and then create his own password on the father's phone. And the father was shocked. So these are the people that we are dealing with. They are very intelligent, they are smart. And we see ourselves as we don't even know what they are doing there. What are they doing there? What can we do? So some parents have actually given up. If actually, Charlie, this internet thing is so complex. I don't even know. Coupled with the actually normal traditional burden every parent will have dealing with children that will never say stop it, they will stop and stuff like that. Hello, are you there? Are we there?
Yeah,
Please. Okay, so I hope I've not lost anybody.
No.
Okay, so at this point, before I go to the second leg of my intervention, I'm going to do a poll. Okay, so you can watch on your screen. I will push a question for you. You just answer it for me quickly, and then I will get the results for us. So my poll number 1 is a very simple question. Just look at it and answer it for me right now. So if you have it on the screen, just answer yes or no or don't know. Just do it right now for me before I go to the next leg. You can just vote. Just vote. Okay. Let me look at the number of people who are here on the platform. We are 26 now, so let's have about 20 people voting and we can continue. Okay. Let me have few other people voting, please. I have 19 people have voted out of 25 people. Okay. Okay, so out of 25 people, 19 of us voted. Let's look at the results. So these are the results. We have 32% of us saying that yes, my child's online friends are the same as their real life friends. That's interesting. That's a lot of people. 37 of them also said, of us, said, we don't know. We are not sure. We say, no. For me, I know there will be more people that they are not really. And then 32% of us say, no, I don't know. I don't know what they are even doing there. Okay, that's interesting. Nobody's name will appear on my screen, so don't worry, you can vote. What I want to say is that I still have a challenge with the yes people. There were quite a number because I don't really get this before my normal seminars. Okay, so they say they know that your child is on Facebook or Instagram or chatting people on WhatsApp, and all the people that he is chatting with, you know that these are the same friends that the child is relating with them in real life. That's interesting. Okay, so let me go to the next one. You can put your question up. Okay, don't worry. If you have the question, put it inside the console. Am I lost?
Oh, has the meeting ended?
Okay, so let's start voting. So please, those of you who have your cameras on, can you please put it off? If you are not using, just put it off for us so the bandwidth can be easier to manage. Okay, please. Just watch the screen. Let's have the session. Okay, so I've seen. Have you checked your child's online privacy setting recently? And I have only 1%, 6% saying that yes, they have done that. That's good. And then we have 11 people who are constituting about 65% of us say that we have not done that and we don't even know how to do this. Okay, that's good. Let's go to the next poll. And we are just trying to understand some few things. Do this one for me. The next one, we continue with the next session. So vote on this one briefly, quickly. Let's vote. Okay, so I have a number of, I have 20 people voting this time. Okay, so let me end the poll, and there's the results. See the results. So these are results. So out of the 20 people that voted, we have 70% of us are saying that we have not discussed this recently. We have not discussed with our children anything about stranger danger. And I'll talk about what is the meaning of stranger danger. And this is what we used to do when we were young. Like your parents would say, don't, if you are going to school and a stranger, somebody don't know call you, please don't go. If somebody give you food, don't eat those things. So physically, our fathers and mothers were very tight on stranger danger. Once you don't know somebody, why are you taking his food? Once you don't know why are you going to him when he's calling you? But in the online space, parents are not doing that. Okay, so let's stop this one. And let me do the last one. Then we go back to the, I want to see if we can get something a bit more exciting to talk about. Okay, so this is one of my PowerPoints. Please watch it. I'm launching it. It said that there are more good people than bad people in the world. So assume that is in the world of the internet, there are more good people there than bad people. So let me see if you agree or disagree. Look at the statement and say, I agree, I disagree. Read the statement word before you vote, please. It said there are more good people than bad in the world. There are more good people than bad. So in the cybersecurity landscape, there are more good people because the people in the world are using on the internet. There are more good people in the world than bad people. Okay. Very interesting. Okay, so let's have the results. The results are here. So out of the 21 people that voted, 67% of us disagree with the statement that we have more people who are good. So they say that there are bad people, more bad people on the internet or in the world than good people. Only 33% of us are saying that we agree that there are very good people on that. Internet is a good place. But there's also another contradiction I'm seeing in this whole discussion. When I was asking that, are you talking to children about stranger danger? Majority of us were not doing it, but we believe that there are dangers in the world. Majority of us believe that. So all the majority of us believe there are dangers in the world. We are doing a little about it. That's how I see from the subject. I hope you agree with me. Do you agree with me?
Yeah.
Okay.
For me, I do agree.
Okay. So that's about it. So I will just. So these are the results. You saw the results, right? Are you seeing the results? Okay.
Yes.
So that's what we're able to get. So we believe that there are bad people online. Many people who are on the internet are bad, and that's the truth, than good people. But unfortunately, we are not also talking about, we're not talking about this thing we believe to our children. We are not talking. That's the reason this seminar is important. So let's expose ourselves more. Now, let me share my screen again. Okay, so let's go on with our discussion. Now, parents are also actually having trouble with understanding the various changes the world is actually, the world we are experiencing. For example, as technology is increasing at a faster speed that we can't catch up, we as parents.
Excuse me, sorry. Sorry, I think you still have the poll on the screen, so we can hardly see your screen, please.
You don't have what?
The post, the results are still showing on the screen.
Okay, sorry. Okay, let me end the poll. Sorry about
but
that.
I could see the presentation.
Okay, don't worry. So let me do this. Let me resume share. So let me take that one. Is it off?
It's still
Is
there.
it off now?
No.
You can close it. You can click
sorry,
that and close it.
If it's on your screen, it means that it's your screen, so you can put it off on your screen.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. So we can go. So once we are actually walking slowly in our life as linear human beings, without speed like tortoise or snails, technology is running very fast and somehow we are not able to catch up. This can be taught in another class, maybe another time. Our children are very active using the devices, and we know that they are doing good things. And as I know as parents, what you think you know is that this is what your children are doing. They are doing virtual world. They are playing multi-user game. I'm coming close to the reason we came for the seminar, so let's pay a bit of attention. They are playing virtual world. They are testing. They are posting stuff on social media, harmless things. They are actually watching videos. They are learning from movies. They are creating and uploading their art. They are doing research. The same every parent will say, go and Google it. Parents are fond of doing that. My friend, go and Google it and stop disturbing me, And I tell parents that, what is he going to Google? Who is going to give information on Google? All right. So when you say go and Google, what does it mean? All right. I will come to that. But you may not know that your children are doing what we call sextortion. Are suffering from an agenda called sextortion. And I'm going to take a lot of time, the rest of my session with you on this particular subject, because cyber issues around children span from pornography, what we call the content that are stressful, span from gambling, span from porn revenge, span from sexting, a bit about child pornography, predators, a lot of issues. More than 20 critical areas that we the child internet safety expert, we talk about a lot in our presentation. But for this today, I'm just going to say your supervision, your relationship with the cyber life of your children is critical because of this thing called sextortion. Sextortion. And what is it? What is it? Sextortion is a process of blackmailing somebody with his sexuality or with his sexual content, with sex content. So typically, when I was speaking at the first instance, I said that somebody does what we call ransomware. Ransomware is actually used to extort money from companies. Sextortion is used to extort money from men and women and families. And that's one of the dangers. From all the benefit we have about children using the internet, this happens to be one of the dangers they may find themselves in. But how does it happen? It happens this way. So they start with what we call sexting. Sexting is a child who is actually groomed on the internet. And the grooming happens when your child may have 500 social media friends on Facebook. And if somebody pop up and say, hello dear, how are you? I want to be your friend. And children want to chat, so they chat them. But a cyber criminal on the other side of the world is not interested in becoming a friend, but is interested in something. So they start with what they call grooming. And grooming is that they actually prepare the child's mind to waver from the principle the child is taught. So for example, in your home, your children knows that you don't. Hello, sir. Any challenge? Hello, Doc. Doc.
Hello.
Yeah, Doc. So if your background is a bit, it's not noisy, just put your microphone on so that you can revert back to you and ask questions, so that I'll know where we are getting to.
Okay.
All right, that's
all
fine.
right. But I'm very much confused, so don't worry.
Okay, that's fine. All right. So sexting is where the journey that it doesn't begin from. It does actually start from what we call grooming. So they groom your children out of their principles. So you know that, and I know most of you trust your children. And the reason some of you are not even monitoring your children is because you trust that they won't do the wrong thing. And I have no problem with that assertion. From experience, what I know is that people who even trust their children get the most shock of their lives when issues about cyber crime happen. And for example, one kid we actually dealing with in Kumasi, where this young lady was sending naked pictures, about 13 years old, sending naked pictures to his boyfriend. One student intercepted the picture and then put it on the school group chat. Like a naked picture, like breast out, everything is out. And then they put on a picture, and then this girl was about to commit suicide. When the father heard it, the father almost collapsed. He was like, how? I can't believe this can happen. Because the man trusted the daughter so much, they said, no, my daughter cannot do this. But it was happening. And when the report was given to him, he was almost fainting. So there's no problem with you trusting your child. It's good to trust them, but it's critical for you to also be cautious that you don't overtrust them. The reason I'm saying don't overtrust them is that the people that are targeting these young people are not dumb people. They are not people who are like the people around your area, this wayward guys. Some of them are intellectuals, and this is a business, and I'll tell you the business angle of that. These are people who have gone to school, they have done psychology of children, and they are more or less like they've read more about behavior sciences. They know what to do to get a child to chat with them and get them to do what they want them to do. And they have a complex knowledge than you, the parent, and what you have taught them. So that's why I say that the monitoring bit is a bit critical, because the warfare on the cyber scale is bigger than the children. And I want you to know this now. The warfare in the cyberspace is bigger than any principle we have taught the children, because the burden becomes so heavy that they give up. And when they give up, because they believe that you have bestowed on them some trust, they can't even come to you to tell them that they've actually failed. And as I said, the relationship, that's why I was saying that the thing I wanted, even the topic I wanted to actually do was parenting with your presence. And so let's go on. So once they actually go through till they are actually getting comfortable with the person then starts actually even when the boys stories we have, the man will actually send a naked picture of another girl to the boy. And the boy will think that, hey, the girl I'm chatting with is sending me a naked picture. And for the boys, 98% of them will also send their naked picture. When a girl sends them a naked picture, they will send their own. And it's very, very common. So that's how it works. So you see this young, this man, old man like that, can be a woman. This old man can be a woman in the cyberspace, because he can actually put a profile around a very beautiful girl. Like somebody like this. If I get a man, like 45-year-old man, can actually put a profile of a 13-year-old girl. So this 13-year-old girl will meet your son, who is about 14 or 15 years, and then be a friend. But at the other side of the world is not the Lucy that your child is chatting with. Your child is chatting with a 45-year-old man who is a pedophile. So that's how it works. So you are actually there, and then the child is actually enjoying with a very young person on the internet, but behind the mask is a 45-year-old, sometimes it can be 80-year-old man who is excited because there was a story we reviewed in the office about 2 years ago about an 80-year-old man who go to child pornography site to watch, and he was enjoying breasts of young girls. Like you want to see small breasts of 13-year-old girls and 14-year-old, and that's what he was feeding on. If the man was 80-year-old, and that's what he was doing until he was arrested. So there are all kinds of human beings on the internet, and I think that it should not scare you for say, I want my children to be there, but that will give you more problems than you will anticipate. So this is how it works. So this man is actually behind the scene, actually doing the grooming, and as they continue to do the grooming.
I can't hear.
You can't hear. Oh, you can't hear me?
Oh, we can hear.
Who is not hearing me, please?
I hear you very well.
Okay, those who can't hear me, can you check your network? Can you? My sound is low.
Network.
I'm almost shouting. Okay, so let's try.
We can hear you loud and clear.
Okay.
We can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, so don't worry. I'm recording it. So those who can't hear me, I will give the video back to you so you can take your time and watch. I'm recording, so don't worry. Okay. All right, let's go. So this, I am going to show you a video. Okay, actually put together by a National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, and this is one of the UK. It's a UK company that does a lot of videos educating young people and adults about what happens. So let's watch this video about sextortion.
Hi, Zach. Here's another video from my special guy. I can't believe we haven't talked all day. I wish you went to my school or a little closer so we could finally meet. Take it out. Dinner in an hour. Don't spend too long on the phone. Okay,
No sound, no sound, no sound.
Sorry, a minute.
I can't hear, no sound.
A minute, give me a minute, let me try again. Let me reshare.
We can hear you, Ima.
Yeah, but somebody say they can't hear the sound, so I want to.
We can hear loud and clear.
I think the person needs to check his internet.
Okay. So I think the internet network is their network is a problem. Okay, so let's watch it.
Zach, here's another video from my special guy. I can't believe we haven't talked all day. I wish you went to my school or a little closer so we could finally meet. Take it out. Dinner in an hour. Don't spend too long on the phone. Okay, I know you've been waiting for this for a while, so I wanted to give you something special.
So please watch this. Watch the gentleman the guy has used. This is the gentleman the guy is using to befriend this young girl. But you look at who is actually chatting with this girl.
It's okay.
Who are you? Why are you doing this?
Okay, so that's the video. I'm going to credit this organization called National Center for Missing and Exploited. They had a video, so I'm giving the credit to them. And then let's understand something here. This young lady was having fun with a friend she met online. The day the girl gave one picture of one nude picture, that was it. And that's what they need. They need you to just give one, and then they will start blackmailing you with the picture. And I know there are many young people I've spoken to in my presentation at universities and the secondary schools that will tell me that I can't tell my father. And this young man is saying that every morning between hours of 8 and this time, come on the camera and then open up and share me this. And they will instruct them what to do and record and send it to them. And they are dying within them, but they can't talk to anybody. Because the father is an angry father, the mother cannot tolerate them because they think that if that's the only way I can survive. So they get to a point that some of them will commit suicide. And then sometimes not only that people, because the reason the guy was still collecting these pictures is that he said, bring more pictures, bring more pictures. And then he would tell the girl that I don't want to publish it, but if you don't want me to publish it to your parents and attach your caregivers and stuff, because by the time they start doing that, they know your father, they know your mother, because they have done the grooming. You have actually showed them your father on Facebook, everything. And because they trust those people on the other side, they give out information that they use to blackmail them. The second thing is that sometimes they don't even take the pictures, because this guy is taking the picture and the videos because he's going to actually upload them on a porn site, a porn hub, and make a lot of money from it. So what they do is that they collect some of these videos and then sell them to a porn hub where they do child pornography there. There are a lot of crime. Some of the things are not really on the surface. They do it what we call the dark web. That will be another session I will have handle it another time about the dark web, or what we call the deep web. It's going to be another session I will handle later. But they can go and sell all these pictures, but very, very innocent people all over the world, Ghana, and people think that Ghana can't happen, but I'm in this space. I know what is happening that many parents don't really, they are not aware of. They think that they are living in a very different world, but we are all in the same soup. The second they can do, sometimes they even actually call these girls to meet them up and sleep with them. And then if the person is within the community or within somebody, they can say, come to this place and let me have an affair with you. And these young girls do it because they can't imagine themselves having all these pictures they've actually sent to them published. They can't survive it. So we'll come to how you can deal with it. Now, the second part is that most of us as adults, let me give you a bit of information to some of us as adults, that actually go online and then meet people who fall in love with us, dating sites and stuff. Cyber criminals are exploiting it aggressively. And how are they doing this? Very simple. They will actually lead you on until you start also sharing stuffs. But if you don't share, they can still get it. The third aspect of this whole thing is that how will you feel as a mother or as a very responsible person in society, maybe a pastor, and then you are there, somebody send you a naked picture of yourself that maybe you are doing something compromising on your PC or in your room. Then somebody record you and then send it to you. And then he said, if you don't give me $5,000 or if you don't give me $2,000, I'm going to put this on Facebook and tag all your children, all your friends, everybody. I don't know, you don't wish this thing for yourself. But the truth of the matter is that this is an industry. The sextortion industry is big. It's one of the industries that's making people. Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Somebody is distracting me. Sorry. Please let me mute this person and then. Okay. Please, can you still see my screen? You can see my screen, right, Doc?
Yes, I can see.
That's
Yes,
fine.
we can
Yes, we can
see.
see your screen.
Great. Great. So what happened is this. There is something in cybersecurity, we call it botnet. I've explained it, but what the tool we use is what we call RAT. RAT stands for Remote Access Trojan. So for example, if I want to have access to your laptop in your house, I will just send you a compromising email or send you a message on your PC or your phone, a WhatsApp message. And then embedded in that message, there will be a malware that I've created. So once you click on the link or download the picture or download the attachment, I install a malware on your PC. When I install the malware on your PC, that malware gives me access to your machine. So for example, I can turn on your camera. I can turn on your computer camera. I can turn on the phone you are using. I can turn on the camera and you not see any light on your camera. And I'll be recording you. So, and I know many people do masturbate in front of their camera. Like for example, young guys will hold the private part and then be masturbating. And most young people do that. They are watching a pornography on their PC and they are standing in front of their PC and they are masturbating. Now, what cyber criminals are exploiting is that once you go to any porn site that has been infected, then automatically it turns on your camera. So once you are masturbating in front of the camera, it's being recorded. So they record every session you do until you just, you come on, or so whatever you do in front of the camera, they record it because you need to watch the movie. The guy must watch the pornography, the movie or the video, and in the process they'll be masturbating. So they do that. So they capture a lot of people on masturbating and they will send you a copy of that video that as I caught you on camera doing this, and you'll be shocked. That you'll be there and this young person, they will send you, they are 15 years and they tell you this is what you are doing on camera. I'm going to publish it on social media and everywhere. And then you'll be in trouble. Your parents will see that, hey, that's what they are doing. And I know, like, I've actually had stories of 30-year-old men who were caught on this, in this extortion strategy. They were caught and then they were supposed to pay money. So the guy said, okay, pay me $500 and I won't publish it, I'll delete it. This guy will pay. And then tomorrow they will come and say, you didn't pay it on time, pay another $200. They will be taking your money. And in some jurisdictions, people have actually committed suicide with this. But how can they be able to do this? How can somebody record your screen? Can somebody record, take over your camera and actually take over your speaker and record what you are discussing with your wife and what you are discussing with your children and what you are discussing with your family? Because we don't have a lot of hygiene around our devices. We click everything, we watch everything, and we don't take care of the device we are using. We adults are not even having hygiene. How much more the kids? So the devices in the hand of kids are very easy to hack. And when you are able to get those pictures, people are making a lot of money out of it. And when it comes to money, people don't care. You can even die, they will make money. And that's the danger of cybersecurity, cybercrime. Because people can monetize that experience, you can't do anything to stop them. They will do it. The only thing you can do is to just protect yourself. All right? So I didn't want to, this is a bit, can I get your permission to show another video because it's a bit long, it's about 9 minutes. Can I show it or I should skip and share it later? Can we get some concession here?
We can skip it and share later.
So we can share it later, right?
Maybe you can skip and share it later.
Yeah, I can
okay,
share
that's
later.
fine. So let's go on. So what do you do as a parent? Parents, what do you do as a parent? Make sure that you have a discussion and talk with your children. And I'm not saying that talk to your children. I'm saying that talk with them. Now, the problem about cybersecurity has solutions. But solution is not in you as a parent. The solution is in the child. Have the child to bring the solution up. Please note this one. The solution to all this crime is not with the parent. The solution is in the child, because ultimately, you cannot be around the child 24/7. the discussion around the stories will make them be a bit conscious that their security is in their hand. So how do you do it? You talk to them early and you talk to them often. Don't assume that they are too young. Don't assume that they are too old. Talk to them and talk to them and talk to them. Talk and have a discussion. We can have a discussion around how to be cyber smart. And what does it mean? To be cyber smart means that you have to help them understand this 5 rules that we normally talk to young people. The rule number 1 is that you have to keep safe by being careful, not to give out personal information with people you are chatting with online, especially strangers. The next thing is that children should not meet anybody online. They should be told not to meet anybody in person online. Accepting email from strangers, don't open those mails. Make sure that someone online might lie about who they are. That's what I'm telling young people, that the people that are clicking and chatting with you, they may not be the person that even saying they are. And then also have a parent, a caregiver that you can talk to anytime you have a problem. And these are the things I want every parent to talk to. Let's have the smart rules around our children. The number 2 thing is that as a parent, you have to educate yourself. You can't talk to young people about cyber security when you have no knowledge about it. You have to actually be interested. And you can do that by actually playing around Google platform and then searching for tools, playing the games they play. And make sure you play the games they play when you have time to do that. And use parental control. And that's why I was talking about how to spy on your children. Parental controls. Parental controls. These are softwares that are embedded in the application that children are using, or they may be a standalone application that a child may want to install, or a parent may want to install on your child devices. And that is what I think parents should do, install parental controls on your child's device. So let's look at one. I'm going to just look at one of them, and then we'll end today's session and allow you to ask as many questions as you want to ask. But before I go to parental control, how do you keep safe from this cyber criminal? Now, number 1 point is that make sure that the camera on your laptop, if you can tape mask it when you are not using it, put something on it, tape mask it, cover them, because it may surprise you to know that sometimes you will be in your house and a laptop is sitting on your table somewhere, but it's recording all that's proceeding in your house. And it might be embarrassing for you as a parent or a child. So tape marks it when you're not using the camera. And 2, make sure that you don't click anything that you see. So I do a lot of travels as part of my work, and I had one country I visited, and I realized that country, young people there want to travel abroad than even Ghana. They want to travel aggressively, like with the data they were having. And we're doing a project for one company like that. So we actually set up a very simple architecture that will help us get as much private information as possible from young people. So we just published a bogus scholarship scheme that if you sign up for the scholarship, you will go to abroad, Canada, and go and do free degree or master's degree. And then everybody was clicking on there. Everybody, like we had a lot of people clicking on the link, clicking. And when they click, they give us as much information as possible. Any information we're asking, they were giving us. And I was shocked that none of them could even pause for a minute and go to a website we're professing. So if I'm saying that I'm actually talking for a university in Canada. You can't go to that website and say Google and go and Google the university and go to their website and find out if something like that is happening there. But we are too lazy to do that, so we click on links, and that's what cybercriminals are having a field day. Because for them, nothing can happen if we have not clicked on something, either a link or a picture or something, a video. If I'm not clicking on anything, they can't do much unless they are very sophisticated. But most of the time, the clicking help them. So don't click anything that you see, especially on WhatsApp. Somebody can click, put something like that, like, okay, KFC is sharing food, and people are clicking. And I was like, wow, it's very interesting. So the links are very important. Don't be clicking links, and make sure that you update your antiviruses and then be hygiene. we are talking about COVID-19, and people might be take the hygiene very serious, but on your digital space, you have to be very hygienic. Make sure you are not very haphazard. So let's look at this. I'm just going to show you this software here. So I have my emulator here. So I go to my Google Play Store, and I'm showing you a digital parenting monitoring tool called Google Family Link. Okay, so there are two applications that you see here. Okay, so one is Family Link for parents and Family Link for children and teens. So if you have a PC at home and your children are going to use, or they have a mobile device you have actually given them because they have Zoom, what you can do is you can install this one on your own laptop and install this one on their laptop and connect the two. Once you connect it, you can monitor what they do, whether you are in the office or wherever you are. And I think you have to discuss with them. Because once they are 16 years and above, the system will not allow you to do it for them. Because in America, where this tool is made, if you are 16 years, the system assumes that you are adult. So you can do whatever you want to do. And parents should not have a lot of control. That's so that by their laws, it doesn't permit you, but we can use it for those below 16 years, and then we can monitor them. What you can do is that you install this, and let me see if I have installed. So I can install it. Oh, I didn't install it. So you can install it like simple app on your phone like this, and then install the other one on the child's device, and then you connect the two. I don't know what I have time to do, but I will leave you to play around it. I wanted to download it, but I forgot to do that. I will leave you to play around it, and then have a problem and come back and just ask me by WhatsApp or something that you have a challenge. I'll walk you through it. You can install it on both your child device and that of your own device and help you to monitor what they do, especially for children using Android devices and all of that. Okay? So let me open it now. So this will be the interface of the architecture. And you realize that on your phone, you can get started and then you can sign in with any account, okay? So let me use any Google account to sign in. You can get any email account from Google. It's a Google product, you have to use Gmail account. You just sign in and do the same thing for your child. So you can go through the process like this, okay? And then you take the same thing. It's just straightforward, like step by step, step by step. And then when you have your child device, the same process like that. So you put a child name, his age, and then you do that to the end, and then you connect the two devices. Once you connect the two devices, your system becomes the parent device, which can help you to monitor what the child is doing on his device. And I think it's important because that will allow you to know who is chatting with the child and what he's doing and all of that. It's important the discussion has to be done before you do this so that they will not feel like you are spying on them. Somebody said I shouldn't say they are spying, so I don't want you to spy. Monitor them, but have a discussion before you do the monitoring. Please, are we good?
Yes, we are good.
Great. So I will leave it for you to now experiment with the parental control app called the Google Family Link. We have a number of them, Kaspersky, we have Family Net Nanny, we have Screen Time, we have a number of them, about thousands of them, a number of them. But this one works a lot better for me. I think it's very good. So you can use this one, experiment it, and let's play around it and see how the implication will be there. I think it will help you to know some few things that will help you to protect your children better, because the cyberscape is a bit exciting, also a bit dangerous for your children. So I will draw down a curtain here and I will allow you to ask questions, and then we can take it up. Okay. So thank you for your time. And thank you. Any question at this point?
Thank you. Ima, I've put a question on the chat.
Okay, so somebody's question is here. Let me look at the question. Number one, it says that parent phone is iPhone and children we have Android. Yeah, it can work. So go to, if you have iPhone, you can just, although it's for Google product, you can say download it on the Google Play Store and then connect your child's phone on the Android platform. It's perfect. It will work. It will work perfectly. Then somebody say, hi, Emmanuel. Please, the last, okay. Oh, sorry. Okay, so I changed the topic. Okay. So, Eugenia, sorry, I changed the topic for today, but I will handle that topic in the next session if you don't mind. Okay, forgive me for that. Okay, and then you ask our group blogs. Okay. Regina, okay, sorry. So, can you permit me to do that the next session, or you are still tired of me? Eugenia.
Okay, Manuel, can I talk?
Go ahead.
No, please, you can do it anytime at your convenience.
Okay, so I will handle that topic in the next session, and I'm promising you, we are going to do it 4 weeks away from now. We want to do it once every month, so I'll keep my promise this time around. Okay. All right, but
yes, please.
Eugenia, please, you can also chat me on the WhatsApp console, and maybe we can actually discuss the Woodblocks a bit on that.
Yes, please.
All right.
Yes,
so and
thank you so much.
You're welcome. And then okay. So that's it. Okay. All right. So that's about it. I don't know whether you have any other question you want to ask from where you are sitting. So if any question you can ask, then you can. I'm waiting for your questions. I have plenty of things to talk about, but I don't want to bore you, so I will just share them in bits. All right. Another I want to say is that some of the parents on the platform, I will just invite you one of these days to help me do a discussion around the topic. We normally do a YouTube parenting session with parents who have experience to share with other parents, and we invite you to join us to share. So if you have interest in sharing your ideas about parenting, please let me know so that we can add you to our parenting forum, and then we can be discussing them. Normally, we don't want to actually bore people with the WhatsApp thing. So I'm going to we have a forum, we call it Digital Parenting Forum. Okay, and we normally share ideas about questions that parents are having that has to do with raising up their children in a digital landscape. So I'll put a link in the chat bot, okay, the chat console right now. And then if you are interested, you can actually join us on the WhatsApp page. I will share this slide. If you are interested, I will share it there. And then I will also do what again? I will share the YouTube link, because this video will be uploaded on YouTube, and I will share the link so that you can download it there. Okay. What else? Okay, so let me put it in the chat. So I'll put the WhatsApp link inside the chat bot, and then I've explained the role of this WhatsApp console is going to play. Please, and we are going to share exclusively things about parents and nothing else. We are not going to sell on the platform. We are not going to share any religious stuff on the platform. We are going to exclusively do things about children and their safety online. So if you want to be part, just join us and then let us enjoy it. Eugenia, I will still do this. So my next parenting seminar will look at a complete guide to potentially dangerous apps all parents should know about. So today I did a very funny quiz. I'm going to take all those applications and we're going to discuss what are they, what are the dangers, what are the things that children are doing on those platforms, are they safe on the platform, should they still be there, or they should leave that platform and all. So we'll talk about those. We are going to do a review and discuss around all the major applications your children are using. And then you will have a lot of fun next month. I promise I will do that. Okay. Again, you can invite me to speak at your program, whether virtual or physical, for free. If it's about children, okay, I'll come and do it. But if you invite me for a cybersecurity job, you pay me. But if it's about children and parenting security, I'll come and do it for free. Okay. So thank you very much. And then have my number. If you want us to talk, you can call me on this line. Thank you.
Thank you too.
You're welcome. So please, before you exit, Do me a favor, just make a comment about your experience about the session. Was it okay? You wanted it to be improved? Let me know what we can do to make it better. Anything you want to see, you think we can do to make it better, let me